And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on Cloud Kingdom, and in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have our purple Zerg player from Acer, the one and only Scarlett. And her opponent down here in the bottom left-hand corner from Root is the jovial kind of figurehead and great player of the team. It is Catz. You can't think of the team Root without thinking of Catz. I don't know.
So true, though, honestly. Not only does this guy have a huge following on his stream, where he's always casting and giving very valuable commentary, but he has such a didactic playstyle, if you will. There's always something to learn from Catz because he just breaks all the rules.
He does. Catz is just as likely to go 3 hatch before pool as he is to go 1 base infester or something like that. And to answer Scarlett's question, yes, it is in fact being casted right now. So
it is in the future that it's being casted. It wasn't already casted.
That's right. So Scarlett, yes, we are casting your games right now. But anyway, so Catz is hi. Everyone wish him a hello back, I suppose. So there you go.
I'm sure the chat is filling right now with hi, Catz.
Yeah. Hi, Catz. Hi, Scarlett.
Hi there.
All right. Well, ZVZ, we've seen a lot of it over this week. We obviously started with an excellent ZVZ to begin things. We've actually had some ridiculous ZVZ this week. We not only have the best of 9 between Hyun and Life, which you guys have to watch if you haven't on youtube.com/IGN Pro League. Then we also had a ridiculous game number 9 in StarTale versus MVP when we had Sniper go up against, well, again, StarTale Life, the reigning GSL Code S champion, in one of the absolute best games we've ever had at the IPL.
Shall the trend continue here?
I hope so.
I think so.
If Catz is involved, it's likely to be unconventional.
Yeah, really, right?
And he decides to go hatch first. His opponent, Scarlett, she's going for pool before hatch. Looks like hatch just actually dropped down the second.
So, Scarlett versus Catz. Here's why I think this is, and I've been really excited for this match. You've got Scarlett. Scarlett's kind of the master of, first off, unit control. One of the things I immediately saw with Scarlett, I actually had the honor of casting her during her Play Him qualifiers, the Sponsor Me tournament when she actually got sent to IPL.
That's right.
And it was, wow, her infestor control just absolutely blew me away. Would test the range of a siege tank with a Zergling and then bring the infestors just outside of the siege. It was that insane. And then throw her infested Terrans. I just couldn't believe the attention to detail, whereas most people just grab their infestors, walk them forward, throw the infested Terrans, and then go. So really, really impressive, of course, in the unit control, and as well as in the strategic mindset. You've got her facing off against Catz, this player who's just everywhere, who's absolutely everywhere. But, you know, Scarlett, in a certain respect, because of her fantastic unit control, should be able to deal with Catz's spontaneous playstyle decently well. I guess, you know, if you got to give it a swing here, Catz, I would like to say, I guess he's got to, I'm struggling for words here for a second, but like,
no problem.
I'm thinking, you know, Catz maybe play a little off balance as to how he typically plays and try to take advantage more of the strategic mindset where Scarlett's at. Okay.
Well, we'll see if he decides to do that. I mean, Scarlett is definitely a tough opponent, no matter how you want to say it. So she certainly is prepared for a lot of situations, and we'll see what she goes into now. Of course, going for that early bailing nest to stay safe. And where's that? Yeah, here we go. Outside of the natural, needs to be able to morph in some defensive banelings. Curiously though, she hasn't pulled off of gas at all, which means she could actually follow this up with a little bit of aggression. Looks like a second extractor already being thrown down too, so we may even see a relatively quick layer.
Yeah, definitely all possibilities. Catz, that bailing nest position is so cool. You know why you need to prevent spine crawlers, obviously, guys, from being surrounded. So he's like, hey, I can put my queen to the left, I can put my bailing nest in front.
Yeah, and
all of a sudden you only get like 6 slings around this thing.
Yeah, I mean, if even that. I mean, this is a very small spot there, and he will be able to save it pretty efficiently in the case of any Zerglings that run up and attack. Catz has always had very cool building positioning, one way or another, whether it's weird proxy structures or whether it's hiding tech or whether it's just walling off with his available stuff that he already has. Scarlett, though, going up to 4 gas altogether, could very well see some... well, I mean, we could see Infestor play here in just a bit. I would love to see Mutas, as I always say in ZVC. Catz actually going up to a 4-gas build 2 layer, though considerably behind Scarlett.
So you do always like Mutas, Kevin. That's why we got a little downtime here. Why do I like Mutas so much in ZVC?
because I think it opens itself up for the most fun control scenarios, because you have in specifically in Muta versus Muta battles, or the way that people position units. Glaive Worm is obviously something that does a lot of damage, and it actually does, especially when you're bouncing around, you're attacking units, in some cases almost the most damage. So when you come into a mineral line and you're attacking with Mutas, very smart players will run Queens and Zerglings into their own mineral line. Now, it's not like the Zerglings or the Queens are even going to do all that much damage, but they absorb Glaive Worm shots. It keeps those valuable drones alive, and I think that's some of the most fun micro in ZVZ at the moment, and that's just one example. When you have Mutas versus Mutas, players can do that, but keep Zerglings underneath both of their clumps of Mutas to take the same effect, and you'll see one player will have Mutas that will survive for drastically longer. I just think it opens up because you still see Roach Infestor, you still see Tier 3 tech. After that, it opens up for the most fun, dynamic mid-game battles.
So, TLDL, defensive innovation opens up when you go Mutas.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, Scarlett trying to hold on to this hatchery, which is under pretty considerable attack from Catz. Catz has a lot of resources banked up at the moment. Lair Tech is done, but he hasn't put down any structures back at home, whereas Scarlett already almost through that 100 seconds to finish up her Spire.
Yep, it is about to complete, and with it will come a quantity of 8 Mutalisks, as well as a Roach Warren and an Evolution Chamber. Bailing is not going to be picked off by that. No, it...
Oh,
what?
No!
Turns around at the last second. Bailing explodes on 2 Zerglings, and Scarlett is just holding on to some defense right now, as Catz is trying to get a little bit of his own damage in.
Yeah, she's playing so well. I mean, because she was macroing up the entire time that attack happened, she even threw down the Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber right afterwards, so she will be able to make that switch, as I described before, because eventually you are still going to move into your normal play. You just use this as a mechanism to gain map control, pick off overlords, do economic damage, and keep your opponent pinned and potentially deny a third base with the Zergling run by. So, Catz going for Spire as well, but it's a full about 2 minutes behind Scarlett's.
Yeah, I don't see that third for Catz surviving much longer. You know, the Mutas compounded with the Zerglings that have already arrived and begun doing damage to the third. You know what? It looks like Scarlett's not even concerned about taking out that third. Yep, Zerglings kill it as the Mutas continue to just pick off overlords instead.
Yeah, and now Catz was actually saving up money for a bunch of Mutas, but now he's actually supply blocked. He won't even be able to put up any when this is done. The only way he'll be able to put up some is if he loses enough supply that actually frees it up. So Scarlett holding on pretty well here. She's still got to do a little bit of defense, could lose some drones, and it looks like that is going to happen. But Corruptors actually being started for Catz right now.
A very interesting defensive choice. Of course, Corruptors guys are fantastic against Mutalisks. No real doubt about that. They're so well armored and just have so many hit points. So cost-wise, they tend to fare better. But and he's what is really interesting to me right now is that he's going for the +1 flyer attacks. It indicates a possible shift towards the Hive Tech and maybe to go Broodlords pretty quickly here. Which I mean, okay, you know what? Honestly, it's Catz, so.
Sure, yeah. But it's still going to be difficult to pull that off. I mean, if we look at this, I mean, Scarlett, she's killed so many resources right now. Double
oh my God.
The resources lost for Catz now. Third base was denied. She's got her own third base working. She's up by 22 workers. She's got a larger army. She's almost double the supply of Catz at the moment. And Scarlett's just looking really, really good.
Yeah, and you know, Scarlett is reading this really well. It seems like she has stopped Mutalisk production, which is going to be great because Catz is going for Corruptors. And, well, actually now he's making some of his own Mutalisks as well. But Scarlett with these Roaches, I mean, she made a lot of them already. She's got +1. In fact, how many Roaches does she already have on the field? We see 6 more on the way. She's got 24. She's going to have 30 Roaches. And the ground forces for Catz right now are composed of 15 Zerglings. So it's going to be 15 Zerglings, guys, versus 40 Roaches, or 30 Roaches.
Yeah. And 30 Roaches with 7 more coming up.
With +1.
With Spore Crawlers back at home to defend against this anti-air. And all she's doing is keeping Catz occupied while this force runs through. And what's on the ground to defend against this? 20 Zerglings. That's it.
Bailings too. Nice splitting coming out of Scarlett. Half the army in the north, half the army in the south. She's going to run some of them into the main instead and realize that this game is probably over. There's not too much Catz is going to be able to do from here. You know, he can kill off some overlords and definitely harass Scarlett a little, but it's just absolute mayhem right now in Catz's base. Scarlett's basically throwing a party.
Yeah, I mean, she is literally over double the supply of her opponent now, and Catz is just about to lose multiple hatcheries. He's even losing Spore Crawlers. He's losing tech. Everything is really going against him, and he's brought back his Mutalisks to try and help this while his Corruptors just fly around and pick off Overlords, which is kind of funny. But Scarlett's now going up to a Hydralisk Den just in case this doesn't just overwhelm her opponent.
one of the things I always want to commend Catz on, GG, as it goes down, is his uncanny ability to always know when a game is not actually yet over.
Yeah, he's always very good. It's important to say that. He's kind of has this crazy knowledge of like, okay, the game may look over to everyone else, but I've got some weird trick up my sleeve, and I'll actually come back and win. And I've seen him do it multiple times.
Yeah, it's pretty insane what he. It's a lot of times it comes to tech decisions too. He'll realize that you overinvested in a certain tech and be vulnerable. I used to watch a lot of Catz's stream when I was trying to work on my Zerg play, of course, and I mean it's beautiful. So.
All right, well, that's game number 1 in the bag. Of course, these are best of 3, so we're going to go to game number 2 here momentarily. Looks like the map is going to be Daybreak. So while you're away, don't forget to check out our Astro A50 giveaway over for our 12 giveaways to 2013 at IGN.com/IPL giveaways. Again, that's IGN.com/IPL giveaways. Head over there. You'll see when all of our various giveaways are coming up. We're going to be giving away very big prizes, and so I hope you guys will enjoy that and enter. Again, it's just for U.S. residents. We've had some people that have asked about that in the past, so we're going to make it very explicit and clear. It is just for U.S. residents, but best of luck to you and hope you enter.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next match after a quick commercial break.